Basic Information, Part 3. This is a little more detailed information on the elements and some of the things that you have to know in order to work them. There are two things to be aware of. First, there are specific ways of breathing. Some elements require certain kinds of breath. Second, every element has an aura of sorts around it that it produces. Each aura expresses itself differently. Each aura is used and produced differently. Breathing is the first section of things that you need to know about. Breathing rules. There are a number of things you need to know of in order to breathe properly. The first one is that you inhale and exhale completely. The second one is that you picture your lungs in the same way you would a bellows. And the bellows is a type of tool that you use to blow air into a fire to keep the fire going or start it up. When you open up the bellows to use it, more air accumulates down by the handles and less air up by the part where the air comes out of. Your lungs are also different sizes. The left lung is shorter, smaller, to allow room for your heart. Now once you do the meditations correctly, you'll learn to feel these things. You can adjust the airflow that both lungs fill up at the same rate. The third thing you have to look out for is that you count your heartbeats for your normal breath. Breathing types. When the cross is applied to the idea of breathing, you come up with 4 different types. The first is your everyday breath. The second is your quick breath. This is half the length and half the heartbeats of your normal breath. You take in just as much oxygen as you would with your normal breath. It does, however, saturate the blood quicker and more heavily with oxygen. This can act to give you an extra stimulant when you need to stay awake or keep warm. The slow breath. This is twice the length and twice the heartbeats of your normal breath. This will allow you to use less oxygen and replace with less oxygen to use. No breath is when you inhale deeply and let the air escape on its own. Don't force the air out in any way with this form. The next section is the aura. To understand the aura, you have to understand first a couple of basic principles. The first one is the battery. You take a container and you add any acidic substance into it. Then you apply 2 different kinds of metal, and the acid will take the electrons from one metal and transfer it to the other. This creates an electric charge, which will flow through from one metal to the other when you connect a wire to them. Well, our bodies have electricity within them as well. All our cells contain the essential ingredients, which are acid and metals. We take these things in our daily living and created from daily living. The cells create the acid, which go and work with the metals that we take within us. As the metals enter and leave the body cells, they form a type of terminal. As the acids in the cells eat away the metals, they move electrons from one metal to the other. This creates an electrical effect. The electron magnet is the other idea that we have to become familiar with. This requires a number of things. First is a power source, second, a metal wire, and third, a metal core. You wrap the wire around the core, you apply power to the wire, and that polarizes the core and it becomes a magnet. Different materials will have different strengths. And the tighter the wire is wrapped around the core, will increase the power of the magnet as well. Now, our bodies have magnetism within them. The cells, I've already shown, act as a battery. Our blood vessels act as a wire. This is because of all the minerals and elements that carry within the blood. Now, our bodies have unused metals within the cells that act as the core. The battery sends power through the blood vessels that surround the core, creating magnetism. What is the aura? All magnetic fields have an aura around them. Our bodies, acting like magnets, also have this field around them. You put two positive forces together or similar forces and they repel. You put two opposite forces together and they attract. Also, bodies can create sparks when they get too much of a charge and you touch something to ground them. This is the basic stuff that composes the aura, or at least the physical side of the aura is composed of these. Proof. There's a couple of ways of proving that this electricity works within the body. The first item you can acquire at any electronics store is a multimeter. You can get these for $15–20. Admittedly, the more expensive one, the better off the reading will be. You hold one terminal in each hand, and you put the voltage to DC, and you'll get a reading. You get more proof. This requires an oscilloscope. This is a device that is used to check electronic circuits and measure the waves they produce. It can also tell if a circuit is working correctly or incorrectly. These devices can range anywhere from $100 to several thousand. It all depends on how sophisticated and how many different types of tests you wish to run. Now, just like a multimeter, you hold one terminal in each hand, it will pick up the pattern your body creates. Through meditation, you can cause this pattern to change over time. My own experience is that the line starts out being very curved and erratic. With enough meditation, the line becomes flat and very stable. It all depends on how much time and effort you put into meditation. In conclusion, the human body produces an aura. Everyone has one. It is the result of multiple effects created from within the body. It's also measurable and predictable, depending on what kind of equipment you use as well.